Hello glass fusers! In this video, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite fall pieces, Hugs and Kisses from Your Mummy. This project is built on a 7-inch by 4-inch piece of black glass. The second layer is made up with a variety of wide and narrow white strips of glass. These irregular pieces will represent the bandages on our mummy. Notice the pieces of white are wider than the black, and I'm just kind of arranging them in a way that I have some gaps that show that black base through the white. That peekaboo effect adds a nice additional detail to the finished piece of art. Here I'm introducing a piece of clear. This will allow the black to show through, and I can put the mummy's eyes right here so it looks like he's peeking out from behind those bandages. This is one of the few pieces where we're not worried about our pieces fitting perfectly accurately. We actually like that base glass peeking through all of those white strips. This project is so fun to build because it's very spontaneous. I'm not really working with a pattern, I'm just working with pieces and laying them out and getting a feel for what type of composition I like and what kind of arrangement I like that best suits this particular project on this particular day. It's really freeing to build this way and not have to conform to a pattern and follow all of those, rules that we normally have to follow with glass fusing where everything fits perfectly. Here I'm just kind of building on the fly, and that is so much fun. My objective here is to completely cover that black base piece of glass. Now I'm going to introduce an orange opal stringer for a pop of color. The stringer also helps accentuate the random shapes that we have in the white glass. I measure the stringers to size with my fingers and then just nip them and then place them between those pieces of glass. This project is all about having fun and not, being too worried about everything fitting properly and the way the glass looks. It's all about just kind of building spontaneously. And that can be a really fun and really freeing way to work on glass. I really like the way that orange is adding a nice punch to this piece. It's really showing off the white and the shapes, and it has a nice contrast to the black. And it's also a beautiful seasonal color that works perfectly with our design. You really can't add too many stringers. And if you want to, you could even put some on top of the white glass. Now I've gone ahead and marked the pieces that I want to cut and trim to size. My intention here is to have the white pieces be the same shape and size as the black glass below. So I'm going to cut all this excess glass, I've marked it with a Sharpie, and I'm going to cut it to size so that it conforms to the shape of the black glass underneath. Again, on this project, you're allowed to have pieces with little bits of gaps and pieces that don't fit perfectly. That's fine. It really adds to the design style that we're looking for when we're making this mummy. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year here in Florida because we get a change of temperature and a change of color. It really is refreshing after our long summer. So I love making seasonal pieces that I can display in my home to give me a sense of that changing season. I really like this project in particular because it allows me the freedom to create spontaneously. Now that I've nipped off these excess pieces, the shape is really coming together. Now I'm going to draw a line on the other side, trim those pieces, and remove the excess glass. This project is really starting to come together. This is one of the few constructions where I'm not really concerned about the top layer and the bottom layer being exactly the same shape and size. A little bit of variation actually adds to the shape and the organic nature of this design. This is coming together nicely. The only thing our mummy is missing now are eyes. This black field gives the sense that these little tiny peepers are peeking out from behind the wraps. I love the way this looks. Now I'm going to clean off that Sharpie because I don't assume it's going to burn off in the kiln. I always want to make sure my glass is clean and dry before I fire it. Now I'm going to take this ruler to size up the edges and try to give me a nice clean shape. I love the way this piece is coming out, but then I thought, well, what if I add a little detail to the bottom of the mummy? Suppose I add a little creepy spider. Wouldn't that be fun? And suppose it's a dichroic spider. Well, that would just be awesome. Here I'm bending black stringers in a candle. You place the stringers directly into the flame and apply a little bit of pressure until the glass bends. You want to be careful because the glass is hot within an inch of the flame and it's hot a lot longer than you expect. I'm using these grozing pliers to nip the stringers to the proper length. Then I'll kind of cluster them together down here at the bottom of the mummy to create the legs of my spider. Design-wise, I felt like the addition of the spider was a nice visual area for the viewer to look, and a nice little additional detail that made the project that much more fun and interesting. Here's the mummy completely assembled and ready to be fired. Here it is after it's been fired in a kiln, and then we're going to slump it in a rectangular mold. Here it is in the mold pre-slumping, and then here it is after it's been slumped. I display my mummy with hugs and kisses in its lap, and that's what makes it one of my favorite holiday treats. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy some of my tutorial videos or ebooks. They're available on my website as downloads and as DVDs. Follow my blog for weekly tips, tricks, and tutorials sent right to your inbox. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then I'll bring you more tips, tricks, and tutorials. Until next time, keep on fusing!